The Ravens are in the Hall of Fame game Thursday night. We can bet on some preseason football.
Sounds like...
That's what I like to bet on.
That sounds terrible. How do you even make a line for a preseason football game?
Howdy, it's Tuesday, July 31st, and this is episode 77 of Due for a Win, the Atlantic City and Casino Biz podcast. I'm Kyle Askin, joined, as always, by Craig Stone. What is good, Craig?
Doing well. I tried to come up with a 77 thing for the episode. The best thing I could come up with is if you search for the Showboat Casino, Hotel, Atlantic City, kayak.com says that Showboat is starting at $77. So, as far as episode rankings go, I think this has got to be way up there in terms of meaningfulness.
I mean, I think given the content in it so far, this is episode number 77 out of 77 in the rankings.
What about you? What's your number 77? Split sevens. You got two sevens. You split them up to a dealer 7 up card.
Absolutely.
Easy to remember. 6 is up to 6, 7's up to 7. Mm-hmm. And then people all give you the side eye when you do that. You're splitting sevens.
Yeah, of course. Against like a 5?
The thing that people really go nuts about is splitting 2s. And I was actually listening to another podcast, and somebody was like...
What do they go nuts? Like, why would they go nuts about splitting... You have 4. 4 is terrible.
Right. They're like... There's somebody who's saying how like they get annoyed when people do terrible things at the blackjack table on this hockey podcast, like splitting 2s. And I was just like, oh my god, there's so many... You split 2s like half the time.
Right.
Also up to 7. Dealer up card. Yeah.
What about 3s, Craig?
Your basic strategy.
Your knowledge.
I'm not sure about 3s.
I don't know.
I think it's only against 5 and 6.
I'm not sure.
That's my guess.
I tested you, but I don't have the answers. You are much more of the basic strategy person than me. I've 5 and 6.
That's my guess.
Against 4s, surely you have to split them, right?
Not necessarily, because you've got 6. The dealer has
6 sucks.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
And 4 sucks too, so I don't know. My official guess is that at least against a 4 you should split, if not a 3.
I guarantee a whole bunch of people are yelling inside their heads right now because they know.
I can look it up. Here we go.
This is not worth looking up in the middle of the show.
Oh, it's worth it.
You're just saying how much you appreciated a very tidy episode number 76.
3s are 2 through 7.
2 through 7, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
4s are only 5 and 6, which makes sense because 8's pretty decent.
Yeah, I guess I need to go back to Blackjack Basic Strategy School.
Well, at least my handicapping was reasonably on point there because it sounded just wrong to not split 3s against a 4 or a 3. So
okay.
So I do have a bit of a story for you, Craig. I spent a bunch of time today at work, of course, because I'm not going to spend my own time on this. But my phone was lasting about, I don't know, an hour, maybe maybe like up to 2 hours if there really wasn't much use before running out of battery.
That seems good.
Yeah, it was great. So I bought a replacement battery for $15 on Amazon and spent about an hour today at work disassembling my phone. Shockingly did not break anything, put the new battery in successfully, and seems like a dream. So because of that, I think that if you're trying to reach out to me in the next few days in Atlantic City, it's much more likely than it was a couple of days ago.
It's great.
But it is a night and day difference. I can't tell you how annoying it is to have a cell phone which must be plugged in at all times until you have a cell phone that must be plugged in at all times.
Yeah, I thought my previous phone was bad when it was down to about 4 hours. But no. An hour or two, it
was bad.
Unusable.
So, but it was working perfectly great. Other than that, it's still a good phone. So
cool.
Beat big cell phone. They didn't get me to buy a new phone like they wanted, just because it's 3 years old. So
suck it, Google.
Exactly. Take that.
Should we update some stuff from last episode? We had some inaccurate statements last episode. We had some things that by the time the episode got published, they were already out of date.
I mean, it wasn't as inaccurate as saying that you shouldn't split threes against a four, but it's still pretty inaccurate.
Yeah, it was bad.
Go ahead.
Well, so let's start with the thing that was inaccurate, which is that we said that the Orange Line development, which is that New Orleans restaurant that I never looked up the pronunciation for, Boré, I'm going with that. We said that development that was going to be a container hotel, shipping container hotel, was between the Piccalilli and the Irish Pub. That is wrong. It is between. It's a block away from the Irish Pub on the Piccalilli side. So it's like between the Irish Pub block, St. James, and Tennessee, which is going away from the Piccalilli, right? So, yeah. No, sorry, St. James and New York. Oh, okay, you said it wrong again. Yes, St. James and New York, between those two, a block away from Piccalilli. So, that's what
we
you need
also
to know.
Have to correct that. Well, it actually did come out before we recorded, but it was the day that we recorded that TGM Properties did, in fact, pay their back taxes to avoid the foreclosure of the Atlantic Club that we were talking about last episode. I don't know. Does that change your opinion on everything?
No.
Anything?
No. The situation is the same.
The situation is exactly the same. I mean, presumably if it had gone up to tax auction, perhaps someone would have bought it that may have done something with it sooner. But
Due for Win headquarters.
Hmm. Absolutely. I mean, that's the perfect headquarters for us, right?
It's the dream. Just set up shop in that coffee shop.
Yeah, up on the second floor.
Slash diner that Andy hates so much.
What's wrong with the diner?
It was amazing. I don't know. Andy...
Well, the coffee shop's on one side of the second floor, and the diner's right across the way from it, right?
Well, I mean, they called it like the coffee shop, but it was really the diner. And then there was like the stand that was actually a coffee stand. Yeah.
Right.
Right next to a buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Buffet entrance. So that's that. Nothing else to say. We mentioned sort of half-assedly a way to get access to the Borgata Amphora Lounge, even if you have $0 comp dollars on your M Life Rewards card at Borgata. I hinted that it was through the Facebook game My Vegas, and Jamar from the Facebook group, who actually tipped me off to this in the first place, said that it is through My Vegas. It is the $25 fine dining credit. The thing about the $25 fine dining credit is that it's sold out almost all the time. So you do have to check frequently if you want to use it. And they kind of replenish randomly, like sometimes in the mornings. Back when I was playing all the time, I would be very on top of that.
Oh, that used to be your jam. You were like in there like that.
It was great.
As soon as they replenished something.
Yeah, a lot of times you had to stay up until 3 a.m, which was midnight Las Vegas time. Which wasn't so much of a problem for me back when we were going to Vegas regularly. Now, that would be horrible.
Let's be real. You're going to be up till 3 o'clock tonight.
It's possible. Depends on if I...
or sleeping on your couch with some video game running in the background.
That's almost a guarantee. Should we talk about no breakage?
Yeah, so I think there was a lot of discussion about it in the Facebook group, but a dealer from the Hard Rock, John, I believe was his name, said that what no breakage means at Hard Rock is basically that the 5 times odds that are posted really just means 5 times odds. And if there was breakage, it would mean that there was what we know as full 5 times odds. And apparently at Ocean, we were saying that the 10 times odds table has no breakage, which would mean you can go from 0 to 10 times odds, and there just means 0 to 10 times your bet. And the 5 times odds tables have breakage, which means that you can go up to what's called a full 5 times odds, which, let's say at a $25 table, if you bet $30, you can get odds as if you bet $50, more or less. So you could go up to $250 on a $30 bet.
Right. Yes. So I think you're right that they're saying that it's not full 5 times odds, right?
Right. So basically, when they say no breakage, that means it is not full odds; it is just normal odds. But however, there has been a ton of people who have said, and including very reliable people, that both dealers and pit bosses have told them that what breakage and no breakage means is that you either have to bet all or nothing. So I think there's just a lot of confusion among the dealers of what it means, which led to a lot of confusion among the patrons, including us. So, but I think we feel pretty confident that we know what the word breakage means now, and it was not what we initially thought it meant.
Okay. But at the very least, it seems like you should be able to bet between 1 and 5 times odds at the Hard Rock.
And if somebody tells you that you cannot, well, I don't know, call the pit boss over, see what he says. And if he says the same thing, then we'll just go on being confused.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, and we've heard players say the same thing on both sides, like that they were told they had to play 5 times and or nothing, and we've heard people say, more people, I think, say that they were able to play up to 5. So,
yep.
We'll find out in a couple days.
Yep.
So that's it for the updates from last episode. I think there's some very brief news stuff that we can run through real quick. The first thing is that Heyday Coffee is opening tomorrow, August 1st, on Tennessee Avenue, right by the Made Chocolate Bar. So there's some development on Tennessee Avenue that's actually on Tennessee Avenue, not like the Orange Line development.
Yeah, I think all the development is coming right along on Tennessee Avenue. I think a bunch of that stuff's open now, right? Isn't there a coffee shop now, or the chocolate shop now? There's the yoga thing's been open for a while.
Yeah, so I think all that stuff is sort of right around each other, which is good because that block was like really dead, and it's really easy to get to from. It's only a quarter mile from the.
Right. Yeah, it used to not be so nice, but it's definitely. I mean, I think that's really one of the developments that's the most has happened for Atlantic City because it's happened.
Yeah, and like a good hip coffee shop and the yoga place, chocolate bar, like those things are, I think, attracting an audience that Atlantic City, at least right off the boardwalk, doesn't serve real well right now. So it's a good, and there's certainly a lot of those people around. So.
I mean, that's just a thing that Atlantic City didn't have at all, and it's good to have. And especially with Stockton coming in, I think there's probably a lot more room for more places like that. So, anyway, speaking of things that are opening tomorrow, the Sportsbook at Harrah's is opening up tomorrow morning.
Wild West already open.
Yeah, and Wild West opened yesterday, right?
Yeah, so Wayne Perry from Associated Press posted this link in our Facebook group. Basically, the temporary sportsbooks are up. The one at Wild West, I think, is in the location we talked about, kind of down those escalators if you are coming from the main Bally's Casino and Bally's whatever parking and go down to the left. It's like the Mechanical Bull and the stage and all that stuff. If you go to the escalators down the right, I think you are going right into this temporary sportsbook. So that is set up. And then Harrah's, it's across from the Total Rewards desk. I can't really picture that too well where it is. I think people have said it's the old Keno Lounge, but
Yeah. It's next to the poker room, right?
That was the old race book, but I'm not sure for this one. Because I don't know.
I mean, that's right next to the Total Rewards desk.
Okay.
Is right over there.
I haven't spent as much time in Harris as other places. Are you going to check out these sports books, these temporary sports books?
I'll certainly see the one in Wild West, no doubt. I don't know if I have any reason to go to Harris.
Yeah, I certainly don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in the temporary sportsbook at Harrah's. I would like to see the one at Wild West just because I like Wild West and I want it to fill out its unused space a little more, and this does a little bit of that. It'll be interesting to see what the permanent locations are, because it seems like that location in Wild West would be perfect for this. So maybe it's just that the seating's all temporary and they need to actually build it out, kind of like what we saw at Ocean, right? Like They had the central bar where it was just off the sports book, but they were also building out a bunch of seating with the giant TVs that were not ready to go yet. So we'll find out.
Are you going to be making some bets?
I don't know if I really have any bets to make. I mean, all my bets are looking terrible.
Kevin Gausman for Cy Young.
Next season, can I bet on it? Yeah.
All washed-up Orioles pitchers must be the Cy Young in the National League.
Yeah, I mean, probably
It's
not the worst bet. His advanced whatevers are fine. Anyways, so the other thing Bally's related is that they're, attempting to lure some people. We've talked about how poor their numbers have been, And I feel like this was more along the lines of what they were doing back in the recession when I started going to Atlantic City, which is they have a sign up off the lobby at Bally's advertising 100 times odds on craps, which we knew about, $5 blackjack 24/7, which I'm presuming is 6 to 5, and then single zero roulette, which is kind of crazy. And then they're also advertising some other stuff that is pretty, like, they used to have, or always had, like, you know, $3 drafts, which used to be $2 drafts. But
well, they used to have $1 blackjack, if you remember.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Yeah,
but with a quarter ante.
Yes, so that was a terrible game.
I think we've talked about that. That is the worst game ever.
But if you bet $5, then you didn't have to pay the ante.
Right.
So it was essentially $5 blackjack and $1 blackjack for idiots.
Right.
So, you know, they're advertising $3 beers, $5 whale drinks, $1 hot dogs. So definitely targeting the low rollers. Michael T posted that in the Everything AC group, so just a hat tip to him. Are these enticing you to go play at Bally's? You'll be staying at Bally's. Are you going to play a bunch at $5 blackjack?
I don't think so.
That's not your thing? Really low limits are not your thing? Are you going to play more than 5 times odds on craps?
Yeah, $5 craps I could probably play. I'll probably play more than 5 times.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they have... I mean, if the $5 table at Wild Wild West is 100 times now, that thing's going to be crazy packed. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just not that enticing to people. But you'd think, like, big craps players would want to be over there. But I think most of the tables at Bally's, where this is in the main Park Place Casino, are going to be $10 tables and up. So, but we mentioned that before. And I think that's it for the news, so we can start talking about the real
single zero roulette, Craig. Are you going to be playing some single zero roulette?
I mean, it's obviously a way better game than double zero roulette or worse, triple zero roulette.
Yes, the triple zero roulette at the Sands in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they're adding it somewhere else. Triple zero roulette.
Are they?
They just
in
refelted
Vegas?
Tables in Vegas to add triple zero roulette. I can't remember where I saw that, but it's not good. So trip talk.
Yeah.
Done with the news. First question: when are we getting there?
Well, so I guess the big question for you is: last I heard, you did not know if you had to work on Thursday or not. Do you have to work on Thursday?
So I'm fairly confident I do not, but there's been something major that is broken around midday every day in my office, and if that happens again tomorrow, I might have to like be on hand in some form or other, which would push back my trip by like a couple hours. It wouldn't be like devastating, but it would be very annoying. But I'm hoping that won't happen and that I can just go and get there at whatever 1 something on the bus.
Is that your plan?
So that's my goal, is like 1 something. So the bus lines have been insanely long since the 2 new casinos have opened, but I talked to Eleanor at Route 40, who takes that bus route frequently, and she said the longest she's ever had to wait was 90 minutes. And I think that was a Friday midday. And then she went on a Thursday midday from New York, and it was like no wait at all. So that's what I'm hoping for. Apparently they've been running just a ton of buses and not even following the schedules on days like Friday and Saturday when it's so crazy. Nick M emailed saying the line was 5 bus loads long on Sunday morning. So that was a little scary, and to the point where I started looking into Amtrak and everything. But the info I got from Eleanor at Route 40 makes you
feel better.
And like worst case, I get there at whatever 9:30 and I end up cooling my heels for an hour and a half, and that's about the added time that it would have taken to take the train instead, since the train has to go to Philly. So, and the train is like 4 times as much. So I'll just wait for the bus. What about you? What time are you getting to AC?
Normal time, I think. I'll be taking the kids to daycare on Thursday, and so probably leave around 8-ish or a little before. So I'll be in by noon, I would say.
Yeah, so you'll probably beat me a little bit. I'll have to get there and check you into the Bally's.
That's right.
So we're there for 2-night trip. That's a good...
It hasn't happened in a long time,
I know.
It seems like.
It's nice to have the 2-night trip. It just feels so much more relaxing to have 2 nights and not feel like you need to cram a bunch of stuff.
I don't know
into
the
your day.
last time I was in Atlantic City for 2 nights.
Yeah, it's been a while. So should we... A couple episodes ago we talked about some gambling stuff, or do you
I
want to
have,
get
before
into other
before
stuff?
we get into this, I have one more question. When's Paul getting in?
I think around the same time as you. I think he's shooting for noonish.
Mm-hmm. Is he taking the train?
No, he's going to drive.
Okay.
So do you want to talk about gambling stuff, or do you want to talk about other stuff we're anticipating doing? Like a meetup. We're doing a big meetup.
Let's talk about our other plans first, I think, and then we can talk about gambling.
Okay. So we're doing a big meetup, 2 for a win. Giant. Every listener should be there.
Yeah.
Should have gotten your information in the mail, your invitation.
By invitation only?
Yeah, they were hand calligraphied, beautiful invitations. So I think where we left this last was that there would not be any formal meetup. So just follow us on Twitter and find us. Has anything changed for you since then?
No, but certainly if you're in town, I mean, I don't think it makes sense to have a meetup, just given that everyone who's probably would have wanted to go to a meetup was probably in Atlantic City this last weekend.
That's true. For the oceans, coast to coast.
We'd love to see you. I will probably be playing a lot of Tiles and stuff this weekend. That's kind of my big plan, is Tiles.
Yeah, and if you're in town, probably the best way to find us, if you want to be more proactive than just my very hit or miss Twitter updates and Instagram updates, is to reach out on Twitter, either just direct message or just regular public at me on Twitter, or Facebook message me, and I'll get back to you pretty quick. Those are probably the best ways to do it. So yeah, if you're in town, don't feel like you're invading my personal space or something by doing either of those things. And find us. We'll play at a table. We'll grab a drink. We'll do something.
Yeah.
What about other plans? Are you? I know you are, as a foodie and someone who likes a really good, expensive cocktail or glass of scotch. So, what have you been scouring Yelp for to find the very best of Atlantic City?
Well, so you're completely right, and I went to Yelp, and I just typed in food in Atlantic City, and I hit the $4 sign thing, and nothing came up. So then I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not eating then.
There's got to be a $4 sign option.
I have no idea if that's true or not, but you think? I bet most of it's like Bobby Flay Steakhouse and stuff. I'm sure that's $4 sign.
You think? I don't know. Maybe not. Like Old Homestead. Maybe.
Old Homestead. Yeah. There's definitely a few at Borgata. I think that would be $4.
But certainly not like $4 signs in the DC, New York sense of per se, or like Vegas.
Yeah, there's no
like
Joel Robuchon.
Right. Or mini bar in DC or per se in New York or any of those places. Anyways, better off for it, I say. We don't need those in Atlantic City. So
Paul said, though.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, there's good dining in Atlantic City. So you don't have anything that you're really trying to go out of your way to do? Any of the new places? Coffee shop?
For food, you mean?
Sure, food or drinks, whatever.
I mean, I don't understand the idea of going somewhere for drinks.
What?
It's like the antithesis of what I believe in.
Really? Because you just want to get them on the floor?
Yeah.
The dance floor, I mean, at the club.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Drinking for me, I'm not like a real, whatever the drinking equivalent of a foodie is.
Yeah, I wonder what the term for that is. A booze hound, I think, is the term.
I mean, I think you and your brother are much more so that than me.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm having, for the listeners, I'm having a Miller Lite right now, and I'm quite delighted. So.
I'm having some sort of Sierra Nevada special Southern Hemisphere IPA in an upside-down can. It's fine. So I did some research, and my brother also, as you mentioned, likes finer dining and better drinking. So the funny thing is what we came up with, I think, that got good reviews was Kuro at Hard Rock. Japanese place, I think, comparable to Izakaya at Borgata.
That sounds great for me, by the way. So you owe me a meal.
Sure. Okay. Well, I think that's a good plan then.
Cool.
Funny enough, I've been eager to go back to Piccalilli and give it another try because I feel like I must have short whatevered them in my mind, and so I want to try again and see if I'm just totally wrong about them being just merely good and not great.
We're talking about the wings and not like the Miller Lite or whatever.
Yeah, no, the wings. Also,
the Piccolilli wings, I think they're good, and I like that they're the whole wing. I mean, that's really the thing that I like about them. Like, they're good. I don't know if I've ever had wings and I've been like, oh my god.
Yeah, I've had some like interesting wings that have really blown me away at various bars. Like good, like chili, whatever Thai chili wings are amazing.
Yeah, I don't believe in that either.
What? So like Wingcraft is really good.
Buffalo sauce on them. That's what I want.
Yeah, good buffalo wings are good, of course.
Yeah, that's what Piccolilli has. Good buffalo wings.
Yeah, so I want to go do that. I don't think I have anything else on my like must do food thing. I mean, I want to go to Made Chocolate Bar, if only to get chocolate for my wife, but I'd also like to check it out just for the sake of checking it out.
I thought you have to go to Golden Nugget for that.
Nah,
that's all she accepts.
No, man, mix it up, get something new. And I mean, that's right next to the new Heyday coffee place, except I think their hours have zero overlap. Like, the coffee place closes at 4 p.m. and Made opens at 4 p.m. At least that's my understanding. So,
do you know what's open while they're both the whole time?
Piccolilli and Irish Pub. But you have to walk across the street to go to Irish Pub. If you're starting at Ocean or Hard Rock, you do have to walk an extra block, and that's just not in the cards.
No.
So yeah, I think that's it. Kind of. I mean, I have a bunch of other stuff that I've like wanted to do, like Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, but it's like so far out of the way. There's that American craft beer joint on the boardwalk that's always dead empty, that I feel bad for and would check out.
That just place. It looks uninteresting to me, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's like it looks quote unquote nice. Like it looks like what people who complain about the Atlantic City boardwalk.
Yes.
It looks like the kind of place they want to move into Atlantic City, but
that's kind of why I want to support it.
Okay,
it's just to shut this
because you're one of those people.
I'm not one of those people. I mean, I love Peanut World, but I just want to, I want those people to have one less thing to complain about. So what about? Yeah, well, you mentioned you don't care about going to any bars, so obviously you haven't been perusing the beer list at Villain and Saint at Ocean.
I like beer.
Yeah, Villain and Saint has a pretty big beer list. Probably
cool.
One of the more interesting beer lists, certainly, that I found for that part of the boardwalk. I mentioned, I think, last episode that I thought the beer garden down by Tropicana looked cool, but I don't know if we'll make it all the way down there. Well, you will.
Yeah, I sure will.
My brother wants to try the cocktail list at American Cut, the steakhouse at Ocean.
Sounds expensive.
Probably. Made Chocolate Bar has cocktails. None of this is intriguing to you.
I mean,
just the beer.
I don't. Have you ever seen me get a cocktail? Other than, of course, strawberry daiquiri whipped cream.
Well, someone bought you a cocktail at the Little Water Distillery.
I did get, Dave bought me a cocktail there. That is true.
Speaking of that, in drinking, Little Water has released their new aged rum. So I had their regular, white rum. And I would like to try the new version that just came out. So I may have to go find that somewhere, whether it's going out to there or going to a Time for Wine or whatever place has it.
I don't know.
Prosperity
I think
rum.
The thing for me is, drinking is kind of a thing I do with people, and cocktails feel to me like the antithesis of drinking, because when I'm drinking I want to know I'm drinking, and I feel like cocktails is drinking but not knowing you're drinking, right? Does that make any sense?
You're not drinking the right cocktails.
I don't know.
You can get some really booze forward cocktails.
Maybe.
I mean, old fashioned is very boozy, but you don't like bourbon, so that's not a good start.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
you can get
too sweet.
A rye.
Don't like bourbon because it's too sweet. Don't like tequila because it's too sweet. I like scotch though.
You should get a penicillin.
I never heard of it.
It's a very scotchy. I think usually with a peaty scotch cocktail.
That does sound good.
Paul loves the penicillin.
All right. Get me. That should be your goal. You can get me a cocktail that I'll like this weekend, Craig.
I'll have to consult with my brother because he's the cocktail guy.
Okay.
Attractions.
The low roller.
We mentioned the low roller, the observation wheel at the steel pier. For those who don't know the Duke
the thing
vernacular.
I've never done that I need to do it one day, like just go down and do it, is see Lucy the elephant.
I know. It's
like at this point, and it's like a 2-night trip, right? It's the perfect time to do it because it's not going to happen on a 1-night trip.
Oh, absolutely not.
So maybe I will try to make an effort and head down and see Lucy because it's just a thing I need to do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. One thing I know that you're going to go out of your way to do is the outlets. I'm really just nailing all of Kyle's favorites for this trip.
Yeah. Are you going to go to the outlets?
Yeah, I'll probably go after everybody else leaves. I need shoes. I need to replace some shoes.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll probably go to the Van Heusen outlet and buy a bunch of shirts. Because that's what I do.
And go to Lacoste just to see what they have.
Yeah, nah. You can't have... There's no point in spending $50 or $80 on a polo shirt when your baby's just going to spit up all over it.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, I might pop in. We talked about Playcade, potentially going to the arcade and playing some skee-ball.
Oh, did you? Oh, we did.
We did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. If we're going to play skee-ball and not the crappy skee-ball slot machine that you love so, but like real skee-ball, I'm in.
We should make it a point. I feel like you need to go to Piccalilli and then go play some skee-ball after you got some wings and beer in you.
I've got some quarters sitting on my dresser specifically for Pai Gow poker or Pai Gow tiles, but they also can be used for skee-ball.
Oh man, I've got a huge bag of quarters, which is normally reserved for my barcade trips, but I just realized I should bring them for Pai Gow and skee-ball.
I'm in.
And Miss Pac-Man. Any games you want to make sure you play in terms of gambling?
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
Absolutely not.
Still, we're very much nailing Kyle's favorites for this trip.
It was much better than Danger Arena and Pharaoh's Hidden Temple.
It really was.
Yeah.
I think it was not there last time I went to Tropicana.
Craig, did you play, if you're such a Pac-Man fan, did you play the giant projector Pac-Man when they had that Wild Wild West?
No, it's regular Pac-Man. It's not as good.
What's the difference?
Miss Pac-Man is far superior.
Is it actually different?
It's faster. I think a different company actually made Miss Pac-Man than Pac-Man, which is crazy. But that's not a gambling game. You mentioned just tiles. So is your goal just sit at the tiles table for 12 hours, see what kind of comps you get afterwards?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I know something we talked a little bit about last episode or a couple episodes ago is kind of my bad run and how I might dial it back. And tile seems like a good way to kind of dial it back a little bit, right?
Sure. I think we can.
So I might try to put some hours into tiles, yes.
Is that your only plan in terms of like cutting back, or do you have more of a
maybe slightly less time in the high limit room playing video poker?
Yeah, machine like high denomination machines will just like crush you.
Yeah, well, especially when you never get a pair.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Then you're just losing $10 a spin for nothing.
But you're not like putting yourself on a strict limit of X amount of dollars per day, or like bringing significantly less money.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. No, I don't. I'm not planning on going to being like, once I lose $200 in a day, I'm done for that day. That runs counter to what I believe in.
Similarly,
like
you're not going to have hard like stops on wins or losses. Like if you sit down at a table with $100 and you win $100,
no,
you're out.
That's not what I do.
It's definitely not what you believe in.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's like takes all of the fun out of gambling for me if I did that.
Because you want big wins.
Yes.
$100, not exciting. $1,000,
yes,
more exciting.
That's anytime I'm cashing out and I get pumpkins. That's exciting to me.
I don't think I've ever cashed out with a pumpkin.
Really?
Yeah. I don't play enough table games. I don't play enough high variance table games for sure.
That magical night that I still remember at Planet Hollywood, where I was just playing $25 blackjack for, I don't know, 6 hours or something with Chris and my other buddy Danny, and cashed out $1,000 and celebrated by taking the two of them to Earl of Sandwich.
Nice.
It's the only way to celebrate.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's going to the Earl of Sandwich.
Right around the corner.
I think if you're in AC, also acceptable because there is no more Earl of Sandwich, is Ruby's Diner.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you want some Ruby's Dinette, I will take you, Craig.
Oh, really? Okay. I would pop into resorts this trip, although I say that we're going to talk a little bit more about whether or not we should be doing things like that. Paul, counter to the idea of, playing low variance games and trying to make your money last longer or have less of a loss for the entire trip, my brother Paul emailed me and said we should make it our mission to play some game we've never played before. I think that's a little harder for you than for me because
we talked about this already on G-Chat, but
so he said just buy in for $100, see how it goes, and whether it's fun. If we lose $100, then stop playing, and also not worry about whether we know the optimal strategy. And that's kind of the tough part for me, is because if I know there is an optimal strategy, I want to know it.
That's not how you live your life.
Right, so I've already been kind of like messing with that by like being on Wizard of Odds and looking up games and trying to learn the basic strategy.
Yes,
but anyways,
you've spent a lot of time, it seems like, in the last week just looking up all the games you don't know on Wizard of Odds and playing them.
Yes, yeah. So what were you going to say about this thought? Just that I'm not going to do it?
Yeah, this seems like totally not a Craig thing to do. But this is like what we did back when we first started gambling. I remember we'd just go and be like, 4-card poker, what's that? Like, let's play it. And then sometimes the game's really fun. Or even like a couple trips ago when I went to Maryland Live, I'm like, Mississippi Stud, what's that? And then I'm like, this game is just horrible. And then I'm like, never again.
Oh, man. So Mississippi Stud is one of the games that I've been messing with on the Wizard of Odds simulator. The house edge is pretty high. I think it's like over 4%. But it's very fun, even in the simulator. I find it a very exciting game. But you're just getting like massacred, right? Until you hit something big. And so it's fun for me to play with play money. But like this idea of like sitting down with $100, and if you lose $100, you're out. You're going to play 2 hands.
Right.
But the thing that Mississippi Stud is kind of like playing jacks or better, right? In video poker, except with a bunch of money, with chips and actual cards. But the fun thing to me, the really exciting thing, and obviously, it's really exciting for anybody, is when you get a pair, especially a jacks or better pair that you know is going to win something. And then you're putting 3 times bet the next 3 bets, and you've got, at a $10 table, you've got $100 out there, and you know you're at least going to get $100 on top of that, and potentially could get way more than that. And if you hit 4 of a kind, which is never going to happen, you get whatever it is, $40,000 or something. It's some insane amount. The problem is, like, $100, like I said, I think at a $10 table, you might as well not even sit down if you're not sitting down with at least 300 and probably even more, because you're just not going to be able to sustain the variance. But it is fun on the simulator, but I just can't see myself playing it. The other game I tried was Let It Ride. I tried that before Mississippi Stud. And Let It Ride is, like, extremely easy. Like, the strategy is just really obvious. Even Mississippi Stud, the strategy is pretty easy too. But I was enjoying it at first, and then I very quickly got to a point where I was like, this is the same thing I don't like about Pygo Poker, which is that you just get on autopilot. And it's just like, take money back.
Well, but I think the thing with Pygo Poker is you get on autopilot, and there's not a lot of upside to playing it, right? Let It Ride, like, you can win a lot of money.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
You cannot do that with Pygo Poker.
I think it's a little less variance than Mississippi Stud, because you're not increasing your bet as you go along.
You're decreasing it as you go.
I might try it, but similarly, it was big swings even in the simulator, so.
Right. To me, Let It Ride, it's one of those games where you lose a lot of hands, but when you win, you can tend to win pretty big. I guess it's the same as Mississippi Stud, but Mississippi Stud, I think, is a worse game, because when I played it, I played like 3 hands for my $100.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I lost those 3 hands, and I'm like, this game is just awful.
Yeah.
Right. Let It Ride, if you have $100, you're going to get at least like 8 hands out of it, or probably more, because it's probably going to be a $5 table. So you could get 18 hands out of it or whatever before you have to leave with your $10
Right.
that you have left.
Yeah, I mean, I would try it. I would prefer either of these games at a $5 table, but I expect that's going to be hard to find.
I bet Let It Ride you can find 5s.
Yeah, I'll play $5 Let It Ride.
I mean, like 3-card poker, there's always $5 tables, right? Just same kind of thing.
Are there always? I mean, they're always really crowded if there are $5 tables.
I don't know.
So then the other thing is Ultimate Texas Hold'em, which we've talked about, and I've already chickened out once when I had an opportunity.
You did chicken out when every single other one of our friends was playing it, except for Paul, I guess.
Which, I don't know. I find a little less fun on the simulator, but the swings are certainly significantly less than either Mississippi Stud or Let It Ride.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty fun the one time I played it.
I can't. The strategy, is very, very complex to me.
Is it? What is it? It's like any ace you stay in and
any ace you
king, queen or something?
Do the big bet. I mean, the big bet strategy is not all that complicated. It's when you start getting beyond that. I'm sure if I kept playing it, I would understand it. I would get pretty competent, but I would say it's more complicated than blackjack basic strategy. But it's probably one of those things where the mistakes you're going to make are not going to be hugely detrimental to your expected
same kind of thing in blackjack, honestly.
So here's a question, and I think I know what you're going to say, but is it in a way for a game like this sort of fun to not know the basic strategy and just be trying to figure it out and be like, I think that at this point it's right to, like, I think that my hand is going to be better than dealer's hand, so I'm going to bet 4 times, or like I think I'm going to bet 2 times.
Totally. I mean, I think absolutely.
Because like that kills it in 3-card. Like as soon as you know Queen 6-4 in 3-card, you're like, this is not a game anymore.
It's not a game, right? That's why I think 3-card is the worst game in the casino, because it's not a game.
Yeah, because there's literally no strategy.
Right.
It is just a cutoff point.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, is there anything? Do any of these sound enticing? Do you have a suggestion?
Yeah, I mean, I think Let It Ride is fine. It's especially a $5 table. It's something you guys can do. Ultimate Texas Hold'em, I'd be interested in playing again, even though I've completely forgotten basic strategy from it, even though I don't think it's that hard, although you say it is, so you're probably right, because you're much more into that stuff than me.
Well, I haven't put a bunch of time into it, so.
But just as a follow-up, I mean, like you said, I mean, there was a time I had basic strategy down pretty well for even blackjack, but, blackjack, it's, like, I feel like I understand the concepts of the game. I feel like my sense of numbers is pretty good in general, and just in terms of blackjack, like I feel like even though I don't know the strategy, I kind of can noodle out what the correct thing to do is, and the times I'm wrong, like I know I'm not wrong by a huge amount, right?
Right, yeah, and I think that's an important thing if you're so worried about getting every little nuance right.
Right, there's like some very specific stuff I know, like, you hit 12 against a 3, but you stay on 12 against 4, but like if you stayed on 12 against 3 or hit 12 against 4, like it just doesn't matter a whole lot.
Right, and I know there are a lot of people who really swear by like you should totally know you should be, like 99.9% accurate in video poker to be playing, but it's like if you're not an advantage player anyway, like it's just not really, if you're just a recreational player, it's just not going to make that much of a difference in the long run. And you're probably not going to play enough hands to where...
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it to try to beat the system somehow, then it makes a lot of sense to, like, know everything stone cold. So if you're doing it either to get comps and try to get, like, some EV that way, or if you're doing it just because you're an AP outright, then, like, you have to know all that stuff. That's your job. But, I don't know. Just as a recreational gambler, I agree with you that...
So one of the things...
It's not what it's about for me.
So one of the things that in Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and I'm a terrible poker player and terrible at the math of like, if the pot is this, I should do this based on my percentage odds of winning and that kind of stuff. Like I understand the concept. I'm just bad at actually doing it quickly on the fly.
Yeah. That's the only thing. I think I have legitimately no poker skills except for being very good at math, which honestly puts me in like the top 10% of poker players probably.
So one of the things... There is a point where you're supposed to be making the last raise, which is the small raise, in Ultimate Texas Hold'em.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're supposed to make it if you have a hidden pair or better, which is like very obvious, like where either of your cards are hidden to make a pair,
Mm-hmm.
or if less than 21 dealer outs beat you. And I can't do that fast.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, 21 dealer outs. Yep.
Yeah. And even on the simulator, I'm sitting there looking at it like, I don't know, man. I mean, most of the time it's going to be 15 right off the bat. But yeah, I don't know. Like, that's too much.
I don't know. It's just like not that hard. Like if any face card beats you, that's like, I mean, depending on what the board is, it's 20 or whatever, right?
Right, but I mean, in that situation, you should be like, there's just completely obvious that you should be folding. If you're like, I'm sitting here with 9 high.
Yeah, if you have 9 high, yeah, you should fold. Unless it's all face cards on the board, and then you probably have fewer than 21 outs.
The dealer does.
Right.
You think? I don't know.
Yes, I do think so.
So, maybe Let It Ride, maybe Ultimate Texas Hold'em. I can't imagine I'm going to actually play Mississippi Stud. I feel like that's a game I can just play that on my phone. I don't actually need to go play it in the casino. My problem with Ultimate Texas Hold'em is that there's not an app like the Pi Got Tiles app that we talked about that like bonks you on the head when you mess up the basic strategy. And that's something that really, I mean, I probably played 500 hours of blackjack on an app that tells you anytime you get a basic strategy thing wrong. But yeah, there's nothing like that for these carnival games.
No, there you know you want to work on your programming skills, Craig.
That's a good point. I should.
Market's out there. You should do it. Do for a win branded carnival game simulator.
Revenue streams done.
Absolutely. Making that easy $1.99 per sale.
Yeah.
Straight to the Do for the Win coffers.
Yeah, like 70% of that to Apple.
Yeah, right. Well, you know. You have any more specific points about gambling you want to talk about?
No, I think we should talk about sort of our gambling overall in general, which I feel like we talk about all the time.
Well, I mean, I think we had some specific feedback from people about some stuff we were talking about a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
So, I guess one piece of feedback is your brother said that it feels like you guys could be way better about maximizing your comps even with gambling where you want. Specifically what you mentioned just about gambling on Kyle's card at Ocean and just on Craig's card at HR. So what do you think of that?
HR being Hard Rock for anyone who's
yes,
initial impaired. Yeah, I mean,
I think it's sensible.
I think that makes a lot of sense. The thing that throws a wrench into this is that I am now booked at Ocean, and will need to tier match up to black at Ocean so that I can get my resort fees waived. So if I'm playing entirely on your card, I would be basically saying like I'm never going to get any like this is it for my rooms at Ocean.
Well, I mean,
which is not a terrible strategy.
No, I think that I don't think that's a bad strategy.
I mean, it's a value judgment, right? Like
here's the thing: like you don't get comps anywhere anyway.
CET. I mean, if my feeling is the future comps that I could get from whatever I'm going to play this weekend are worth more than $40, or if I'm going to hurt my future comps by more than $40, which is or probably it's more like $58 or something, then I should not play on the card. I should just say I'll pay the resort fees. It's worth the 50.
So do you know for a fact that you have to pay resort fees even if it's an all points booking?
No. I assume.
I don't. It's hotel chain by hotel chain, but I know a lot of them you do. If it's all points bookings, you don't have to pay resort fees.
Interesting. I should find that out. I should call up and find out. That's a good question. Because I absolutely, if that is the case, I will not get an Ocean card, and I'll just play on your card or Paul's card.
I mean, I don't care. You can get your own card if you want, but
and the other advantage to getting the upgraded card is that you can get 2 future nights at Ocean, but they have changed that for black card holders where the guaranteed nights are only Sunday through Friday, and that's not a great benefit. Like I can already mostly get the Sunday through Friday that I want to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a benefit because Ocean is the nicest rooms in town.
Right.
But, it's not amazing when I can get a weekend night there for 12,000 points.
Yeah.
Ultimate rewards points.
I feel like just talking about Ocean, I need to go back to Borgata at some point before the end of the year just so I can really compare and contrast the rooms when we get to our year-end rewards.
Yeah. Which I never posted.
That I prefer the Ocean rooms, but I really need to book another Borgata room, which I won't do because I don't get comp there. But
yeah, that's a good point. We should compare. We should do comparison. I'm never going to get a comped room at Borgata, so.
That's true. You should gamble on my card, man. I'm going to be at Borgata. Definitely spending a little bit of time there.
This trip, really? You think you'll make it out there?
Yeah, I've got a lot of match play and some. Yeah, I'll be at Borgata.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking I probably would not make it to the marina at all.
Yeah.
So
no, I've got some match play.
So wait, I mean, there's talk about focusing play. So let's get to the other question. Coach Kitty, in our Facebook group, also on travelsorg.com, suggested that, because I mentioned, I think 2 episodes ago, about like, should I just pay for a room and not be obligated to do anything at a casino? And she said, I'd pay for the room, get your tier matches at Hard Rock and Ocean, and do the biggest day you can at each property. Meaning like one day at each, just one gambling day to maximize your ADT. Said this is a clean slate. Offers will never be quite as good as they are after initial play. And that's definitely, conventional wisdom and what I've seen play out in terms of like Borgata when I first got a card, Caesars when I first got a card, Resorts when I first got a card. So seems like that makes sense. But, here we are talking about casino hopping around and still doing the things that we typically do on a trip rather than trying to do these little things that could maybe make us get better comps in the future. So what do you think?
I think my feelings on comps are like I've become much more ambivalent about them. Like I mentioned, like I have a bunch of match play Borgata, so I'm just going to go and take it. And I will gamble there some, but like I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to take what I can get. And like honestly for me, like I don't think it's going to make my comps dry up because I don't have a ton anyway, and B, like when we first started out, like we just played where we wanted and we always got comps then, and I just assume I always can get them in the future. And like is it a big difference for me if I get a $50 match play instead of a $20 match play? Like not really. I don't know. Like I think it'll bring me the most joy just to go click my offers and move around and check out all the casinos because this is what I like doing.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because I would have thought like for you as a bigger player than I am, there would be more to be gained by doing something like focusing your play.
There probably is. Like honestly, if I just went and I played at Hard Rock for 8 hours or whatever on Thursday, like that probably, like I probably would get like some pretty good offers after that. But it just like doesn't sound fun to me.
But you do make the point that you get a room at Tropicana anyway, right? And apparently
no matter what I do, I will just continue getting rooms at Tropicana.
And you can fairly regularly get Caesars rooms.
I get tons of CET. I get a decent amount of resorts, and like whatever. Like summer's almost over, right? Am I going to get less rooms in the fall? Like no way. I'm probably going to get more rooms in the fall.
Right, so you're sort of saying like you can casino hop and still get what you want, but for me, maybe I'm actually thinking about it wrong. Where like for me, I'm thinking like, well, I don't get anything anyway, and there's more to be gained for you, but maybe there's actually more to be gained for me to focus my play or to like have whatever, figure out these little things like playing on a card or like trying to have a big first day to get to a point where like I'm going from someplace where I'm not getting room comps somewhere to getting room comp somewhere.
If you want, if it helps you, I'm happy to put my play on your card at Hard Rock or whatever.
Yeah, we can see how it goes.
I really don't care. I mean, I can't promise that I'll spend a ton of time there. Right. It depends on how I feel about it. But
so I think sort of the follow up to that is like, would I actually be comfortable playing above my normal play just to get that big day? Because to me, like, that is the definition of playing for comps, right? Like, if
Yes.
I'm and I sort of feel like even going out of my way to really alter my sort of normal trip that I think is fun, to be like, okay, I'm gonna like go grind it out somewhere, and maybe that's thinking about it wrong, and you shouldn't be. As soon as you're talking about grinding it out, it loses the fun and you're ruining it. But like that sort of feels similar to me as playing for comps.
Right. I just wouldn't even worry. I mean, I don't know. I've become much more ambivalent after like my last couple trips, and just like do what you want. And
it's just funny because every time we talk about this and be so flippant about it, we get a bunch of emails or comments in the Facebook group saying like, look, just do these little things, and then even those things we apparently can't even bother to do.
No.
But I do think like it could totally make sense, like especially Borgata. Like if we end up at Borgata, it doesn't make any sense for me to put my card in the machine. I think arguably it doesn't even make a whole lot of sense for me to play that much at Ocean. Like I
don't know. What's your match play? I've got like
nothing.
$100 a match play at Borgata.
Nothing. I get nothing.
Oh,
I get no
yeah,
offers
you
from
probably
Borgata.
should put your card in the machine then.
Yeah, no, I get literally nothing at Borgata. So
yeah, so when I went early in the year and I had $200 a match play, and I have $100 now, so I'm gonna go collect that because that's what I want to do.
Yeah, no, I don't even get like $5 slot play like I get at Bally's and Caesars. So Coach Kitty also made the point that we should not burn the properties that we are established at. Like you said, they'll be hurting after Labor Day, and you want to be in their good graces when they upgrade offers. So, I mean, for you, again, like, I don't think you have to worry too much about that with, like, Trop. It seems like you are
I can do no wrong.
whatever, like, go after your whole day of gambling, play for an hour somewhere, and you're still going to get your comp rooms, apparently. But for me, I mean, I think there is probably the point that we're, like, maybe I'm teetering on that edge of, I have been blocked basically from comps. Like I don't get comps anymore at resorts, which I used to. I don't get comps anymore at Trop, which I used to. And those are two very, very generous places. And even those places, they're like, you are not like good enough. So maybe it is a good point that I should not just, I have my name on this Bally's room. Maybe I should try to at least play there for a couple hours and not totally burn it. But like, I don't know. What do you think?
I would actually say that I did swing by Caesars last trip and put like a couple hours of play in, and because I had my name on a room, and that just wasn't a big deal to me. So I wouldn't no play Bally's, especially given that CET is like your one reliable kind of comp that you have.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, I've sort of romanticized this idea of like, screw CET, I'm going to go to Hard Rock and see what they give me and just focus all my play at Hard Rock and Ocean and see what I can get. But
CET's like Old Faithful for you, though.
It is Old Faithful, and they've got 3 casinos. They've got a ton of room inventory, and it's going to be just like the dams opening up for free rooms, I think, starting
and especially like recently when I've looked, like especially Harrah's, it's just like wide open comps for me.
Yeah, and especially when you get to like week of or a couple of days out. I've even been getting Saturdays in the summer. I think at Harrah's right now I can get this weekend, which is crazy. Like I never used to get that, so it seems like they're probably already starting to give away more rooms. But I think this September and on is going to be nuts for a lot of places, Trop, resorts, all the CET properties. So I think that's, again, you've tried to convince us, and we have stuck by our guns.
So what are you doing, Craig? What's the plan? I've already said I'm going to just do what I want, and I'm not really going to think about comps too much.
So I think
with the caveat that I will put play in if I'm staying somewhere, at least a couple hours of play in.
Sure, I agree with that.
That's the limit of like what I will do for comps.
I mean, I was actually planning to just completely no play Bally's on this trip, but I probably won't do that. Although, like, what I'm going to play there is probably considered no play. Although who knows? Maybe I'll just go play like slightly higher denomination than I normally do for a shorter amount of time, or go try their single zero roulette or something that I wouldn't normally play. But I don't think I want to change. Like go just say like I'm staying at Ocean. I'm going to sit and play all my play at Ocean on this day. Like I like wandering around too much, and going from casino to casino and checking out different stuff. Even stuff that I've seen 1,000 times before. But I think there are these tiny things like deciding for something like Borgata. Like, it's just not going to happen for me at Borgata, so I might as well play on your card. And like, if you don't care at all about Hard Rock Rooms, then like having you combine your play on my card. I don't think my brother even really cares about Hard Rock Rooms. So like those little things that would make me maybe look like slightly bigger than I am.
Yeah, when you get
as a player.
when you get your Hard Rock card, get 2 extras, and I'm happy to put all my Hard Rock play on your card.
Okay, so that's
I am planning on playing a Hard Rock because it's something I haven't done.
Yeah, but that's that's still a change, right? So.
Is that it? Are we all done?
I think we're all done.
As expected for me, longer than expected for you.
Do we have a whole Facebook group conversation to talk about?
Yeah, we changed the Facebook group. I'm pretty happy with it. There have been a few posts denied, but I don't think that the people whose posts have been denied listen to the show. So
yeah, I mean it was the death of the group, so.
It was proclaimed that it was the death of the group
by multiple people.
Yeah,
but no, I think the discussion's been good, and it's been like fruitful, interesting discussion. So
I think it's been better. I've been happier with how the group's been going. So
should we wrap this thing up?
Yeah. All right. If you want to join our Facebook group, which we just talked about, it's facebook.com/group/do-for-a-win. You can go to doforwin.com, including Craig's new and improved resort fees list. So thank you very much, Craig, for spending a lot of your day today getting that touched up.
Yeah. Little shout out to Keith, who emailed and kind of was the impetus to be like, hey, man, this thing's out of date. We use it. So
it is certainly our most popular.
Yes,
on the website. Our
most searched page by far. And if you see anything in it that looks wrong, let us know and I'll update it. I know I already have to update the ocean fee by 1 cent. I think I have it as $28. And Linda in the Facebook group said that on her bill it was $27.99. So at least that's some concrete info, because their site does some crazy stuff with the numbers.
Yeah. You can ask Andy what his was too.
Yeah, he didn't know.
Oh, he didn't have. Yeah. Okay.
But it was interesting because looking at their site, it's like whatever calculation they did was like not sales tax or occupancy fee. Like it would come up with different numbers for the occupancy tax, and that's just not right. It's a flat rate. So it was very weird. Like whatever numbers their site, whatever calculation their site does is just like total nonsense. But it seems like it's $27.99.
You can find our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and TuneIn Radio, but not YouTube. So sorry to the 8 listeners per episode that were listening to it that way. You can reach out to Craig at Do4a-Win or send him questions at doforawin@gmail.com so he can ignore you.
Actually, we are at 0 messages in the inbox. I mean, part of that's that I just marked unread some stuff that was like, do you want to do some sort of advertising partnership? Because like we're not going to do that stuff. Just
no.
Out of
except for Chickies and Pete's, of course,
laziness and also general lack of interest in monetization.
You should have tweeted out my photo I sent you from this weekend, Craig.
Oh, I should have, because you were at the Chickies and Pete's while you were at a baseball stadium that had a Chickies and Pete's.
Right. It was just a sign for Chickies and Pete's crab fries, and I knew it would be of interest to Craig.
Also of interest to me is that this covers our per episode quota of mentioning Chickies and Pete's once per episode, so that's good.
You've earned yet another free crab fry coupon at the Tropicana.
Yes! More important to me than comp rooms.
But not at the PNC Park, unfortunately. I heard the crab fries there were not free.
Was it like $12?
I didn't look because it's Chickies and Pete's, so why would I bother looking at that?
They're gonna totally send us a message saying like, you guys aren't getting paid. You get no coupon for this episode. Try again next episode and apologize.
I had the whatever the famous Pittsburgh sub shop that puts fries on all their stuff at the ballpark instead.
Primanti Brothers.
Primanti Brothers, correct. It was good. I had some fries on my sandwich.
I have no opinion about that.
Is it just because you haven't been?
No, I haven't.
Or do you not approve?
Something like that.
Of anything Pittsburgh?
Something like that. I won't alienate our various Pittsburgh listeners.
Well, thank you guys very much. If you happen to be in town this weekend between the 2nd and the 4th, reach out to us on the Twitter and we'll try to meet up with you. And if not, we'll probably get back to you next week sometime with a trip report, I would guess.
Yeah, but just keeping them coming fast and furious.
Yeah, could we do that? Three episodes in 3 weeks? That would be unheard of.
Yeah, that sounds
Since
tough.
the early days of the show.
Yeah, we used to have these stretches a lot.
I know. All right, well, thank you guys very much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you in AC. Kyle loves nuts.
I do. I eat a lot of nuts. Put them into my mouth.
Yep. I mean, why wouldn't you?
All kinds. I am not picky. It's just...